Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fight Zone, where every week we're going to feature different styles of martial art. This week we're going to take a look at the martial art that teaches the way of the shinobi, or commonly known as ninjas.
Hey, sir, how are you? Very nice.
I'm from Israel.
Okay.
I'm teaching ninjutsu.
Yes, I'm teaching Ninjutsu, yes.
Okay, so you don't teach you.
Yes, no problem. Yeah, welcome to join us. Anytime, please.
Okay.
Ninjutsu is technically they don't have a proper founder, right? Because it came from situational development. For example, maybe a country when they go to war, they need spies. They can pick up some from it. They can gather a few groups of people and they train them in such a way that they can penetrate the enemy's place, okay? And they gather as much information as possible. Some of them are also trained in commando-like techniques. So there's no proper founder actually. But for of course, as time passed by, some of those who train in this military or this spying arts later, they develop their own system of doing things. So in our own style, for example, the Bujinkan style, there are three ninja schools. And one of them, the more famous one, is the Toga Kurei-ryo. The Toga Kurei-ryo, they have more proper self-defense skills. So, for our Toga Kurei-ryo style, there's a founder. And the founder technically is a Japanese man who lost in the war. And he met somebody from China who trained him in all sorts of systems. All sorts of fighting systems, from philosophy, magic tricks, and self-defense. So this one becomes a Toga Kurei-ryo style. This is actually, if you say that's a founder, for our style, this is one of the founders. And Ninjutsu technically is a spy martial art. Technically it's a spy art. And although what we are doing is just the self-defense side, but in the past it's mostly for spying and also for commando work. So they do a lot of sabotage in the past. They also try to gather as much information for their masters, political masters in the time. And technically the ninjas also acknowledge their knowledge came from China. Okay, and it came from China all the way to Japan, and from there they settled down. And of course, the Japanese also developed their own way of doing things. So what we are inheriting now is actually what is remaining in Japan today. And it went all over the world from Japan, and it came to us in Malaysia much later, about 20 years ago. My name is James Lee, and I've been doing Ninjutsu for 20 over years. And the art I'm doing is the Bujinkan Toga Kurei-ryo style, or sometimes we call it Bujinkan Ninjutsu or Bujinkan Budo Taijutsu. And what is in the Bujinkan? There are 9 different schools, which are combined together by our headmaster, Soke, Dr. Masaki Asumi. And in these Bujinkan schools, there are 6 samurai schools and 3 ninja schools. So what we are doing today is not the full spectrum of ninjutsu. What we are doing is actually the self-defense part, which we inherited from the ancestors in the past.
My name is Marcel Fabian. I'm from Sabah. I'm 42 years old, and I've been doing ninjutsu for about 20 years, since 1997. I've always been interested in the ninja martial art, just that I didn't find any instructor until I moved to KL. Before that I was in Sabah. So I did Taekwondo since 1980 until about 1994, which was my last competition. I have 2 bronzes and 1 silver at the state level for Sabah. So I've gone to the nationals for Taekwondo. So after I moved to KL to pursue my degree in Help University, University of London, I found out that there's a ninjutsu class here, so I decided to join.
So in ninjutsu, the traditional style, okay, they have many categories. Some of them they use, like for example, weapons. For example, if you use a sword, okay, and the techniques developed from a sword, we call it kenjutsu. So shuriken jutsu means the techniques developed from the shuriken itself. You can use it to throw, or you can use it to strike, and different schools have different ways of doing things. So taijutsu is actually another spectrum of ninjutsu. It means body technique. We don't give a specific name to the self-defense side. So to generalize everything, we call it taijutsu. It means we use any part of the body as a weapon. So we call it taijutsu.
It's very difficult because the concepts are so different from Taekwondo. Taekwondo is very straightforward. You kick, you punch, you move away from a punch or from a kick, or you move to the side. But in Ninjutsu, sometimes you go in, and sometimes you can interchange into a weapon. You can take a piece of a leaf or some dust from the ground or a stick and turn it into a weapon, and then you mix it up with strikes and with throws. So it's like everything's mixed in together. So it's the scope of the martial arts is very wide. So I think it's a bit difficult, but after a while I found it made sense because the strategies are sort of the same. Even though you're using weapons, you're using empty hands, you're striking or you're grappling, it's all the same. The strategies are the same.
Okay, these are some of the weapons that can we call it weapons?
Yes, that's correct.
Weapons used by ninjas. For example, like the Star Shuriken, and this one is called
A bow shuriken.
a bow shuriken, and this one is
A Tetsubishi.
yeah. So these are some of the weapons that are used by ninjas to so they can throw, like you've seen on TV and in films. So to know more, maybe we can have Sensei James to explain. This is called a Star Shuriken.
Yes, it's a Star Shuriken.
Can you explain one more?
Okay, this is a Star Shuriken. Normally, if you watch TV or if you watch movies, this is what usually the ninjas will use to throw. Okay, but to a ninja, this is not only something you can throw, so you can use it for striking as a hidden weapon. You can use it as an ornament. Okay, like a jewelry. Okay, you can use it to dig the ground, to make a hole, to hide something also. Okay, and this is a bow shuriken. So it's the same function as the Star Shuriken, but it's more hidden. You can hide it somewhere easily. Okay, you can hide it under in the belt sometimes. Okay, and sometimes it's smaller and sometimes it's longer, depending on the situation. And you also use it for striking.
So this
sharp.
Yeah.
No, it's not sharp.
It's not sharp yet.
No need to be sharp.
No need to be sharp.
Because why? Because normally, if you sharpen it, when you fall, you're blunt. You go blunt. But the thing is, when this side is blunt, the other side is always sharp. It's still hurt. That's the idea. So every time you drop, it's better you sharpen itself.
So what about this?
This caltrops. If the enemy is chasing you, you just throw it on the ground.
So they step on it.
They step on it, and it's very, very painful. This is another way. Okay, so no matter how you step, something will come up. So this is another type of caltrops.
So these looks like the nails, and not the normal
like
nails that we use.
or any piece of metal.
Or any piece of metal. So we can make it ourselves.
Yeah, you can make it yourself. It's not very hard. It's just a bit of strength. And this one not only you can put on the ground, you can throw. Sometimes you can take a bundle and then you can throw it at enemy.
So would you like to demonstrate?
Yeah, sure. Please.
Some of the maybe the shuriken.
Okay. I use the bow shuriken. Okay. But this one is a bit hard. Sorry. Okay, so you can throw it. Strong, very strong. Ninjutsu doesn't mean just fighting. It means gathering information, how to make poison, how to sabotage an enemy's camp. Okay, technically, this is the full spectrum of ninjutsu. But today, the modern ninjas are technically the commandos today, who are trained by governments. Right? So they have their own self-defense, of course, in the modern form. So this is what we call the full spectrum of ninjutsu, a modern contemporary ninjutsu today. So what we are doing is something that's traditional, which we inherited from the past. Now, whatever sabotage skills we have last time, right, I don't think they are relevant today. Because most of the technology they used in the past, like smoke bombs, gunpowder, how they throw shurikens, and that, these are a bit irrelevant for today's contemporary world. But the self-defense is still very relevant. The self-defense, like how you defend yourself, how you assist your family when you get attacked, these are still relevant. So we concentrate on this segment. In reality, the ninjas are not invincible. Not that invincible. They can't handle 10 guys at the same time. Impossible. They're just as any other normal human being. So they have to use a lot of fakery. And they have to be extremely smart. And they have to think a lot of strategies to get things done. And like I said, The ninja's main mission is to gather information, and if possible, they try not to fight. But the movies make it as if the ninjas can fight. Like they can handle as many people as possible, and they always end up like the hero and always win. That's not possible. That gets the difference. Reality is very important. So in the movies, it's a bit hard to accept.
I'll be doing Uegako inside this lock. So tap, hit voice, elbow, jump from here. So one more, forward. Go. So the second will be the time. Lock, hit, elbow, use the base from here. He's off balance. Grab hold of the wrist. Close the body.
Okay, that's a wrap for this week's episode. We'll see you in the next episode of Fight Zone. Take care.
You